Okay, good morning and welcome.
Good
Uh,
morning, sir.
Good morning. I understand you had a heavy class on AI just before this. Did you enjoy that program?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It
Very,
was
very
great, sir.
nice.
I thought as much. So a little, can you tell me I did a little bit of it, couldn't do whole, but I saw that he was saying about the structure and how AI can influence. It was a lovely session. Anyone has any recall? Since you all attended the session, anything that you'd like to say? Okay, because I saw a lot of good slides that he used, and he was speaking at a very at a level which could be understood by all. So good, let's get on with today. Just a second, this was on. The smarter leadership model. The speaker was great. Good. Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so we'll begin today. Today it's a little, thank you, Ruchira, Aditi, Kanaka, and everybody who's joined in. I know that it's after a heavy session, you need a break, but that's not how it is. And today is a little, it will require your attention. Okay, this session. It talks of the frameworks of, like we did foundations of ID. So we remember that ID is for the user. So how you make slides, how do you make a courseware, everything that an audience would want. Audience could be juvenile audience could be seniors. Audience could be people who are captive to you. They have no other way but to listen. So whoever it is, he is a customer. So all your pitch has to be done in that way. And today we'll see about the difference between ADDIE, SAM, and Agile. That is the heart of today's program. The other part is there, but it's mainly about ADDIE, SAM. So once you get this right, you are fundamentally now set up. I mean, the other things I would say is more of a build on motivational theories, how Maslow, that context can be transposed to ID, which we learned, Maslow, McGregor. So what did Maslow say? He said that there are pyramids of learning, of being. One is at a very basic, like an animal level is just only a cloth. And to clothe yourself, so physiological needs, we need a roof under our head, we need to eat, basic id requirements like Sigmund Freud are basic instincts. Beyond that, there's a security. We need to protect ourselves. Beyond that, there's a social need. We need to say hello, hi. Beyond that, there's a self-esteem need. So people would want, some sort of respect, adulation, and then people become self-actualized. That we don't need anything, worldly anything anymore. Okay, all your worldly desires are over, like nirvana in Buddhism. Now, that is not how the world operates, but Maslow had given a solid, uh, which he calls self-actualization. So now, how it applies to a learner? What is his career path for progression? Will this learning take him to the next promotion band? So these are things which we said in the last class. The transposition of Maslow, Herzberg into ID. Today we are getting into the heart of ID, that what are the models that are used in ID. Okay, so let me begin today with a little bit of trepidation because you had a heavy session and this could portend to be a heavy session too, despite not being totally up to it today. It was a tiring 2-day conference that we had. So pardon me if my voice is a little choked and sometimes I'll have tea to keep me going. Okay. So we had a wonderful Eastern Region conference at Calcutta where we had around 50 speakers, around 350 delegates. It was ideally, I think it was well. Yes, there were some back-end glitches, but maybe the crowd didn't get to see. But as always, a perfectionist, I feel that everybody should be like an orchestra. It should be like Zubin Mehta. But we tried our level best, and so that was that. So today's ID models and frameworks. Okay, this is an important session. Now we have known about the ADDIE model. Somebody said this black one. Yeah, let me move this one up. Yeah, now you will not see this anymore. Let me hide it. ADDIE model is, can somebody tell me what's ADDIE?
Analyze,
Analyze,
analyze, design,
analyze,
develop,
design, develop,
implementation, and evaluation.
evaluate.
So there would be a training needs analysis. You have to design it, then you develop it, means it's ready for delivery. Implementation is delivery. And then you evaluate whether it was good or bad or whatever. Now, SAM is the next. So if that was a test cricket, like we are having in Eden Gardens now with South Africa. Okay, in Calcutta, there's a match going on. Today, I think, is the third day. Today is 14 June, yeah, 16. And during the inaugural, okay, let me share a little insight that I found from the conference. So, and this has no relation with the class. So, there was a cricketer who came in. He's the elder brother of Saurav Ganguly. Okay, so Saurav Ganguly is the name here in Calcutta. People love him. And so I called him Dada's Dada has come. So this person said something very insightful when he was asked to talk in the inaugural. He said that, look, when Wadekar or Pataudi was the captain, India used to make 200. And that was a defendable target because we had spinners like Bedi Prasanna, Chandrasekhar, two seam bowlers, Abid Ali and Solkar during my times when I was in class 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm talking of early 70s. I was a teenager. I was not a kid. Now, beyond that in 80s, when Kapil Dev and Tendulkar came, a 300 total, Sachin is one guy who's been for a lot. I mean, he's seen everything from Kapil Dev to Shubman Gill, mostly. Now, today, people make 400 in Shubman Gill's time. And that also is a indefensible target because somebody can do it. During the 80s or during when, I was prime 80s, 90s, during Kapil Dev's time, 300 used to be a winnable score. So the person net what he said is that has this come because of magic, other batsmen having more vitamins than what they used to have in Wadekar or Pataudi's time or Jayashima's time? Does Gavaskar had less? The answer was no, it was because of training. So, he eulogized training that in every sphere, if you want to up the benchmark, like in Indian cricket they have, you will need training. So I just wanted to share that with you. Of all the speeches, and there were many people spoke inspirationally, but one nugget that I wanted to share with you from the elder brother of Saurav Ganguly. His name is Snehashish Ganguly, but I think he said a lot of very insightful, and he was just sticking to that time, and that was a good experience. I learned something. Now, Addy, we know Sam is a little bit of one day cricket. Okay, if I were to, transport a cricketing analogy. And finally, we have agile. Agile is more 2020 or maybe 10-10 or 5-5. So largely the difference is that of a waterfall model, like an ADDIE, to a in-between model and to an agile model. Agile is you have a stand-up meeting like in IT companies. Okay. They don't have immediately they have a scrum or a huddle and people go working. Now, why is this and why not ADDIE, etc., we'll know. Choosing the most effective instructional design model. Now, many people after this class, I remember if I go by the last year's experience, many people say, sir, when do we use what? So I tried to make a few examples, but I'll ask it from you and then furnish my slides. Okay. So that is the heart of today. Now, ADDIE revisited, so you have already said it that there will be an analysis, there will be design. Designing is basically understanding the mind of the client and putting it into learning. Now, as I said, the design could be as vague as that my people are leaving, HR would say, or I'm losing business to competition. So marketing would have to devise something new, or my production systems are not efficient. So you will have to make your production systems operational excellence. So he will say a statement, the business guy, he will not say, I want this training. What training he wants is for the learning consultants like us to figure it out. And maybe training is not the panacea for all illness in the world. There'll be many things which you cannot do by training. For example, employee morale is low. Now, unless you give them more salary, they'll not be happy. Now, you can give them 1000 trainings, but at the moot point, it is in the hand of the leaders. So, just to be realistic, many a thing you can do by training, certain things you can't do. Then once you know the design, you develop how many slides, how many case studies, do I give them pre-course learning, do I make it a flipped learning? That everything I'll give you only come to the class for discussions. Now that becomes challenging for a poor student because maybe he cannot grasp the entire material. It becomes very useful for a good student. For a poor student, possibly he'll again take that, run time to understand, sir, I found your material a bit too tough. Can you explain? So your whole purpose is defeated. The idea was that he comes everything ready and he comes into a flipped classroom. So delivery is about how do you design and pitch it to a level which they would take. For a very learned audience, like, CXOs, they don't like Gyan. They like to, we had a fireside chat also. So all CXOs I have seen, they will not sit in a panel. So in our case, my one learning was that when I want to rope in a CMD, each CMD, there were 3 of them, one didn't come. The first one said, I'll sit alone, I'll have a fireside chat. The second CMD wanted a 10-minute, that was day 2. One was the CMD of DVC, Damodar Valley Corporation, who came on day 2, Suresh Kumar, and the other was Mr. Adhip Nath Pal Chaudhary of Baman Lorry. Both are, one is a big company and other is a mini Ratna. But one similarity, they will not sit in a panel. They will have an individual session. Okay. Implementation, that was beside the point. How do you deliver? And finally, eval. So this is Addy. Let's go to the next. Analysis, I'm not getting into the deep of it. But can you tell me in brief what is one word which starts with a T and ends with a A? When we do a training, I'm saying.
Training need
Okay.
analysis.
Training need analysis.
Training need analysis. Manaswani and Anuradha, you said. Okay, let me again share. So we do a TNA. Some people go with a structured form. Some people do a note. So one rule is in a TNA, before you start taking scribing, ask that, am I permitted to, just like taking a photo of a person. Many people don't like taking notes. So just, in a next, one person told me, can't you remember? I said, sir, I can remember, but it's good to write it down. So if there's a situation, today's crowd is different. My times the crowd was different, but always ask for permission that can I record you or can I take notes? So you do ask your client or the business guy, what is your need? He'll say, I have attrition. I have people who can't communicate. They can't negotiate. I'm losing out on my deals. So you'll have to understand they need negotiation skills. Now, negotiation skills for those people, that is where the customization comes in and you come to design. So you'll do a program on negotiation skills. So for example, we used to in IBM, we used to have a wise travel. Okay, like you have Hertz, Romocab, Sumi cabs. Now there are so many in-cab, snap-cab. In those days, there weren't too many. It was a command and control. It was WhatsApp era. So in IBM, there was a foreigner. His name was Vincent Noble. He was a great man. Okay, his name was. He had a little bit of royal blood. So he said, Rahul, I will be here at 12 midnight. Will you have a car? So 12 midnight, I said, you will have a car, Vincent. So the guy went to Delhi airport and Amsterdam to Delhi with a straight flight. And my flight, of all things, the class was supposed to start at 9:30 or 10 in Delhi at Noida, A62 IBM. Okay, Noida. Morning, there was a fog. Huge fog. Plane got delayed. I landed at 3 o'clock. But I kept phoning the driver. Did you get him? And then Vincent Lenoble, when I met him, he was put up at Le Méridien. So I said, Vincent, did you? Well, you call your driver wise travel. I would call them unwise travel. Then I understood what has happened. The driver couldn't speak English. He went with a placard, Vincent Lenoble, but he couldn't say. Then I told the Malik that why do you send such people? Sir, मेरा ड्राइवर तो अच्छे हैं लेकिन बोल नहीं पाते बंदे तो अच्छे हैं. What he meant in English that my driver is good but he can't speak English. So when you design, you must design it to suit audiences. If the audience understands vernacular, go by it. If the audience is like Shashi Tharoor, go like Queen Elizabeth. Okay, so it's important how do you design for the masses or the classes. Now, when we develop, this is where the skill comes in. How many slides? Many of you are good. Okay, so I'll come to this a little later. What is your slide where? How's your, the way you make your courseware? What will you give in the beginning? What will you give as after course study? Like in IBM, there was always post-course learning. Hey friend, good that you attended, but here's the road ahead. And they gave you links, HBR, journals, so many books that you can read. Many would be, many would be very, very useful. So always give them a post-course reading. Many people, they can't pay attention during the course for one reason. People are shy. So some people are loud type of people. They'll ask questions and all. They'll sit in the front. Some people, those who are shy because they're possibly not good in English. That is one major reason of shyness. And plus there'll be some people who'll be, very proud of their Ashika or, that they're not learned. But that also I've seen that behavior. But normally, there would be people who would be sitting at the back. They will ask you after the class, sir, can you give me the notes after? In the class, I felt shy to ask this question. So, can you please name of good books? I will. Annie, I will. Let me go through this, mandatory 20 overs, then I'll go. So, development is how do you design your course and also do a little bit of post-course learning. Many people do learning, done and dusted, done. Now, as a good consultant, you should follow it up through. 9 out of 10 people will not bother. Oh, good, we met. Hello, hi. Bye, good luck. See you next time. One guy will say, can we keep connected? That is your prize. Now, here's a slide which gives you a tool. Some tools I used. Many of you, and just write it on the chat if you have used this. For example, Articulate 360 is for authoring. Now, there are pros and cons. I'll share this slide after we are done. It's a comprehensive course design. I have used Miro. Okay, it's real time. So, and this we are doing for Addy. For Sam, how do you link with people? So Trello is for project management. So if you have a project management, timelines, etc., this is a good tool. Use Trello. Thank you, Ruchi. So, Trello is one good tool. Moodle, I have not used. I have heard that it's a good tool. Canva, we have used. And there's a use Trello. Yes. And I see, yes. Canva, Sneha says. So there's a tool, there's a category, there's a pro, there's a con. Now, it may be good, may be bad. For example, Kahoot. We wanted to do Kahoot as a Mentimeter. Unfortunately, because of the venue. Thank you so much, Ashna. And maybe we'll stop for a while and ask you your experiences because you've used all of them. Now, we wanted to do a Mentimeter, asking questions to the crowd. Unfortunately, there was too much of, time pressure. I couldn't. Maybe I'll send it in a Google survey, so all will win. But the prize of winning in a training program, if somebody does a Slido or a Kahoot or a Mentimeter, so fun and engaging, people feel valued. So limited version, you have to pay 2,000 rupees for one. Limited reporting is that if 40 people log in, then the whole thing will crash. So I brought a 2,000 rupee, but unfortunately we couldn't use it only for one. Day one we could. Quizlet, Canva, Visme. Okay, I'll stop here. and have Ashna, your experience on these tools and how they engage people. A little bit on this.
Right, sir. So, Moodle is an LMS system wherein you can upload your study material, your video recordings. It's kind of a self-paced learning, and it also has a gamification leadership leaderboard. So, the best part of Moodle was that you can create a leaderboard wherein we also we gave a reward system wherein the first person who did multiple trainings was rewarded maybe a 5,000 Amazon gift card. So that is how we used it and used the leaderboard. So that was really good. We also could conduct the sessions from there. We could create our calendars. We could uh, link the calendars with the Google Calendar or the Teams calendar, and directly from there we could, uh, you know, get the attendance, who all attended, the number of minutes they attended. So it was easy for us to create the dashboard in Excel and send the reports to the leadership team based on that model. So that is what I really
Excellent.
liked, yeah, about
Thank you.
Moodle.
You could use, and this was an online or offline course, and where did you do it?
So in my previous organization, Freight Systems, we used
Okay.
Moodle. It was for 500 people. It was, uh, I think it was a subscription model, of course. So it was
Subscription
just
model,
for
of
the,
course.
yeah, yeah. So it was just for 500 odd people. We did the trainings online, yes. It was not a hybrid mode, so online mostly, but we related it with the self-learning. So that is how we did on a virtual platform as well. So it had, we can upload videos, we can upload recorded sessions, and we could also do the virtual in person, connecting it with the Moodle. So that is how we did it.
Thank you. A big round of applause to Ashna, for sharing that. Thank you so much for, you did 500 Moodle and really appreciate the experience share because we could get how engaging it can be when you have a leaderboard. Like I always make a yellow team, blue team, red team, green team, put them into, and one of the teams usually rock. Not that the last one sucks, but one would be a clear leader. Ravi, you had some experience share.
Yes, thank you, sir. So I have used Kahoot and QuizWiz platforms where, and at both the platforms, like for on virtual meetings as well as for the physical meetings. And objective of using Kahoot and QuizWiz is to just re-emphasize on the must-to-know pointers. So in between of like I have completed one module of my training, and then there are must-to-know pointers. So I will just take the Kahoot's help, where people are participants are quite engaged over there. They are
Mm.
learning with the fun, and with this, I am able to revise the must to know pointers. With Quizwiz, I'll get better dashboard as compared to the Kahoot. With Quizwiz, I will get to know which question most of the learners have given wrong answers, and participant wise, I was able to get the details. With Kahoot, it is more engaging. I have also used Scrum content using Articulate, where
Yeah.
it was helpful in terms of engaging my learners on the self-paced learning. So all those modules I have used. Canva also for creating a lot of videos and creating a lot of content for the self-paced modules.
And these were all very learned people, I guess. I mean, they would
Yes,
understand this. Many,
they
slightly tech
understand it
savvy.
very well. Yeah. So, for
Yeah,
example, I have a device, right? And I want to make them understand about the device on a self-paced modules.
right.
So I used I use Articulate. I created a SCOM content over there where I have given the spot points on multiple, places in the device where the participant can go click on that particular part of the device, understand what this part do, what is the advantage, benefit of that part and all. So those things I got as an opportunity while using the Articulate modules.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Again, a big round of applause for, trying a whole suite of things that you did. And I really appreciate that used Articulate, you used Kahoot, and so many
Canva and
things.
quizzes. Yeah. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Mukesh. You had something to share.
Ah. Sir, I'm coming from a pharmaceutical background. Okay, so specifically in pharmaceutical background, there is a regulatory requirements. Okay,
Yeah.
regarding the SOP trainings, and each and every person must go through the course, and then he can able to do some activity. Okay, so it's a stringent regulatory requirement. So we are using LMS Okay, various LMS are there in market. Okay, especially we implemented in MCure Pharma, Alchem. Okay, they are using, I mean, like in MCure, they are using TIMS. So in this LMS, everything like you can publish the material. If you want to upload some videos with the material, you can upload it. Quiz is also there. Okay, and if you want to give some summary of this particular material, you can put some micro scale material. So it's a 1 page or 5 page material, not more than that. Okay, examination, even escalation mechanism is also there. Like for example, if you will not complete within 30 days, it will escalate to your HOD. Then next level escalation will be there. It will escalate to site head. So system automatically will escalate to the next level if the material will not complete. Okay. And yes, Articulate, we are using Articulate for video preparation. Like if some complex process are there, like for example, water system, it's a complex engineering process. So this we will prepare a video by using the Articulate. Okay. And it's a video-based learning, then people can understand this matter in a very easy manner. Okay. Canva we are using for invitation. Okay. If we are planning any session, we will give the invitation. Canva we are using. So that is all about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukherjee. Again, a big round of applause for your experience share. He has also touched upon the governance model that if you don't do it, normally a mail is sent to your boss. After that, it's sent to the boss's boss, escalation. I mean, that part is important. For example, cybersecurity or POSH, you have to do compliance training. So those are places where, and they take care of the governance. The boss need not write a mail. It will automatically trigger.
Yeah,
Plus,
Rahul sir,
Sir, I
Parshram
have
here.
it. Okay.
yes,
Parshram here. Yeah, these all tools are there. Is it how we need to purchase? How it is
you
a
need
free?
to
Is it how?
purchase. So what I'll do, I'll send this slide to you. Okay. Now, many tools, they have a free version, but I guess
Okay.
there would be a price after the free period is over. So
Okay.
these are very engaging tools. And as has been said by Ashna and Mukherjee and Ravi, you can actually have them hooked. The only flip side is that not many people are so savvy. So there may be a problem for them understanding the whole thing. But once they understand, they will be your most ardent supporters. On the cost, do you have any idea, Ashna or Mukherjee or
Yeah, so
Tavanshi?
specifically, if we are saying Canva, yeah, free version is also there. And if you
Yeah.
want to purchase some license version, some additional features you will get. Okay. But bare minimum requirement, it is there in free version also, very specifically in Canva. Articulate cost is near about what kind of features you are taking. Based on that cost will decide. 3 lakh, 5 lakh, something the cost will be there per license. Okay. And if you'll see LMS in market, various kind of LMS, like if you'll purchase some total LMS, or maybe success factor is there, Saba is there. Okay. So in GMP environment, specifically in pharmaceutical regulatory environment, we are using a qualified software. Okay. So the cost will be, they will be charged based on your users. How many users do you have?
Users.
How many, for
Users, you
example,
pay as you use. That
generally
model.
in Indian MNC, more than 5,000, 10,000 users are there. So based on that, they will charge.
Excellent.
Okay. And how many years, year-wise AMC cost will be also there, like 10 lakh, 15 lakh, or maybe 50 lakhs they will charge. SAP, if you want to purchase SAP module, they will like 1 CR per year based on the
Because
license.
I think they charge per license. I remember
Yeah.
they'll have a license.
Initial purchase, they will charge based on your license. Then yearly basis, reoccurring cost, maintenance cost will be there. So it's all about
Right.
AMC, annual maintenance cost.
I think Mukesh is the subject matter expert. So just get in touch with Mukesh. I know because we use Saba, there was this model that pay as you use, etc. But then specifics, Ravi, you have a view? Tell us.
Yeah, like for Kahoot, what can be done, like while you are making your account on Kahoot, you can select yourself as a student and then you will get the free account for a long period of time. But you will be able to engage only 25 learners over there. The moment you will select yourself as teacher or something, as an organization or something, immediately Kahoot will ask you to pay over there.
Pay money. Right.
Another thing, what you can do is that, like what we have done as a team, we are the team of 5 people, and we have created, purchased one particular account for all 5 of us, and then we have one account, and 5 people are working over there and using all the paid versions of it as well. So this is the way we are using it.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Again, he said that if you're a student, it is zero, but then once you say tutor, then there's money. And I believe all of these would have, Sachin, you have a point of view here.
Yeah, I basically wanted to add into what Mukesh talked about. Saba is now under Cornerstone. So Saba has a cost of around $6 to $10 per user, besides the annual maintenance cost and all that. And it depends on the enterprise licenses, goes in crores if you're talking about the Indian MNCs. SAP, if you take per user, is close to around $6 to $10, depending on how you negotiate. And of course, the AMCs are there. And if you talk about Articulate 360 or Articulate Rise, it's roughly one license cost close to around $2,000, $1,500 to $2,000 for a user. Miro and Figma, these are, I would say, the tools that you talked about for whiteboarding and all those, collaboration kind of things. They are usually free for a session. I mean to say for 10, 20, 30 people, you can usually utilize them free of cost.
Thank you so much, Sachin. Very deliberate statements and someone who knows. We used to use Saba in IBM when I'm little aware, because in the end, when COVID kicked in, we had to use Kahoot, all these tools. So at that time, there was a free version, but IBM could pay. But once I was a lone ranger, I know that everything, including this Mentimeter, which we wanted to do for the 7th ERC, I'd taken questions from all the speakers, and that will go through Google. And now I have no other way because now the time is over. But usually it's on the moment at all these tools. You have to use it at that time. Kahoot or quizzes, as was said by Ravi and Ashma. Thank you so much. Visme, I didn't. Maybe somebody has used, but I'll try to send these links so that you can do, and you also can help yourself. But let me try to do a little value add. Now, this is an important slide in the sense this is how you keep audience hooked. Now again, question mark here is those who are not net savvy or digital natives. Digital, what is the good word? I mean, not digitally aware. They'll say, sir, it becomes a challenge. So just make sure that you take everyone along as you do this. Implementation, I'm not getting into it. It's the delivery of the training. All of you are fantastic people, so you will deliver well. Finally evaluate. So this was about Paddy. Now let's consider an example. I'll give the examples later. What are the 5 stages that look for this client? So for example, I say improve its client-facing employees' customer service skills. So what would be the 5 stages? Here it says an organization wants to improve its client-facing customer service skills. So what can it do? Just say the steps. A, what will you do? D, D, I.
So the first step will be to understand the business problem, that why the clients are not having the
Right.
better face value, and what we will do in terms of what the salesperson will do so that we can have the better client facing time. So I will analyze and what are the knowledge gap and skill gaps in terms of delivering it. So these are the step 1. And then step
Okay,
2,
step 2,
I
we
will
give it somebody else. Let's say Ravi has given step 1. Okay, thank you, Ravi. We analyze the mind why the client is not buying into you. What is going wrong? What will you do as a design? Anyone else who wants to take up the D of the Addy? Yes, Aditi?
Okay.
Or
So we would
Sandeep,
decide
anyone?
upon the
Okay. So after analyzing, I think कि how I can troubleshoot that problem. जैसे मान लीजिए कि मैंने देखा कि ये प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? सो उसके बाद डिस्कस करके एनालाइज जब हमने कर लिया तो डिस्कस करके क्या ऐसी चीज मैं उसको दूं, है ना, अपनी ट्रेनिंग के थ्रू कि वो उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉर्ट आउट कर पाए. सो दैट विल कम अंडर अ डिजाइन.
Correct. Aditi, thank you, Sandeep. You hit the nail on the head. Okay. Aditi?
Yes, sir. So I had something different, like design, as in what are the tools which I would use? What is the method that I would use to deliver? Will I use gamification or not? Will I use simulation or not? Is it proper? I would analyze that when I'm developing the design module, the training module, sorry.
So thank you so much. Aditi, the big question is, for whom is this training? It must be for client-facing people. So maybe they're going and they can't impress. People are going away to a competition. So we ask them, maybe have a focus group discussion with them first. Where are you going wrong? The guy may say our product is sucks, or the guy may say that we don't have a sales budget. So understand the pain points at that stage itself. The guy may say we don't have a good ad. This company has a better ad than us. Sir, we are untrained people. So give them a selling pipeline training. You understand that it has to be, it cannot be done in a day. I mean, you cannot have a quick fix and, do it a leaderboard. And so this needs an AD. So it's a long haul. Sales will not happen in one day. So they needed to be given 1 week, make a cold call, second week, now you're on with the client. How do you handle an objection? Third thing. So pretty much a sales training for 4 weeks.
We have in different phases, we can conduct the
Yeah.
training
How do you
after.
close a conversation?
Yeah, got it.
So,
Thank you, sir.
that possibly could be one reason which needs very heavy design, because they'll have to do a client profiling. So maybe in the client, somebody is the guy who will take a decision, but there'll be many influencers. So how do we work around that? Maybe they need to start with influencers. I'm just giving up. Ravi wanted to say something.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think he was the first point he said. Ruchira wanted to say something.
Sir, maybe just like in your previous session, you have said that by questionnaire we can analyze the mindset of the crowd. So we can make a questionnaire because in client-facing employees, there are characteristics that employees should have, like patience and how you are dealing with the complaints or something like that. So accordingly, I'll make the questionnaire first, distribute them, and then on the basis of feedbacks, I'll design key at what level I have to make.
Absolutely.
I
So use a Google Sheet. Thank you, Ruchira, for linking my last class with this.
Thank you,
I
sir.
was programmed to say I'll do a sales. We used to have a program called Global Sales School. So, this was the thing, that they can't negotiate, they can't handle objections, they can't really sell IBM. So and Accenture was better than us. They were slightly more faster. I mean, not that we were bad, but then they were better.
You told once कि first you need to understand what's actually going on because the class need not be hijacked.
The class need not be hijacked. Yes.
So that's why I'm saying कि better to understand the employees, then only we go ahead. Otherwise, it will be all in vain.
Yeah, otherwise it'll be vain and everybody will have a point of view and then your time gets over and you say bye-bye. So that is not the thing. You have to do it in stages. Pratibha, one last and then we go on to the next. I have to go to Sam and Agile.
Sure,
So I'm
sure.
a
So I
little-
was just adding to Ruchira's thing. So we do have a different ways, like not only a Google Sheet. Sometimes we
Okay.
take the inputs from the leaders. Sometimes there are behavioral patterns of an employee also. For an example, in a CRM, and especially in a sales tools, they'll have open calls, work in progress calls. They have lot of meetings, but they are not able to convert. So these also gives you an assessment like where is a gap analysis. So there also, everything can be on the employee because he also has certain things which he is also not aware of. So there also, the analysis comes into the picture, and that dashboards will help you in designing the content.
Thank you so much, Pratibha, and that you linked with the last class and this, that is my reward. But the only thing, you use Google survey, but sales training, this problem, why it's an ADDIE problem is that you can't do it in a day. Okay, this is a difficult program because selling is a difficult art, and these guys may be not being able to sell or, client facing problems. So understand them and then throw your training at them. Don't throw it blind. Then it'll all come back. Sir, you gave us so good training, we did nothing. So let it be so one is pros of ADDIE, accepted, people across the world understand this, can be used as a continuous or iterative circuit, flexible. Okay, so this is a Gyan, used as a foundation. Now, this is important. In a successive approximation model, when let's say you're designing a program for Titan, okay, somebody says that we need a program. For whom do you need? You need it for Titan. What do they want? They want something, a select leader. Now, at that stage, you cannot do an ADDIE. One is that leaders will not give you, they'll not fill up a Google survey. Maybe today's leaders will. Normally they'll say, well, can we talk? So they'll talk. You'll have to find out. So here your window is small. You don't have much time, but yet you have to make a, iterative and quick. So you don't have the luxury of that 5-step analyze, design, develop. So develop, implement, and go as you. Certain things will work, certain things will not work because you have less time. So they want customization. So gather information, appropriate, make a prototype, maybe just run it with them. Hey, will it fly with your laptop? They'll say, okay, I think it should. Your basics are right, but then can you cut down on the number? So they'll say this. Let's have a little bit, them speaking more. I heard this dialogue always. They'll say, why don't the students speak more? Now, the students will speak, but then the master has to then summate and do a summary and do the debrief. That is where your expertise comes in. So you cannot have okay, Ravi, you tell me, Pratibha, you tell me, Anuradha, you tell me, Ashna, you tell me, and I do this with Sachin, you tell me, all of you are intelligent. But if I leave it to you and the 11:15 is over, you'll have a sense that this guy really, I mean, he had not in one session. Let me give you one example. A program in Indian Oil. We had asked about an example. I think it was a program on how do you handle a challenge or something. I don't remember the context. So, how will you? So we gave an oil exploration drill that Indian Oil is exploring a lot of oil. So they're drilling, in the sea. Now the local people in Chennai, they have a problem because eco life is getting affected. All, jitna, whatever is the, fishes and saunas. So that was the big, how do you handle that problem? I think that was the case study. Now it was given right in the morning of the day without any debrief. And we thought that we'll start with a bang, make them into baptism with fire. So we said, here's a case study. Indian Oil has gone to, the Bombay High, dug a hole, and the people are in the vicinity, they're not happy about it. Where does your CSR go? You are harming, all the plant, the flora and the fauna in the sea. And we got up to 11:30, it went on, they were giving their ideas. One guy said, and I remember his name, Mitesh Kumar or somebody, Mitesh Kumar. He was not a myth really, but he said, sir, you have taken all the funda from us. So what is your funda about it? So, a class being hijacked, and then I really felt, and this was 2 years back, at this stage, I felt that I shouldn't have opened it up because I should have given them some brief, then open it up. But if I say immediately, you tell me what Indian Oil could have done, you will get this feedback at the end. So just a case that don't let it be hijacked. Let us, coming to you, Ravi, in a moment, let us consider Shubhangi, 1 minute. I'm coming. Managers' leadership capability below is the breakdown. So for example, they want to enhance my middle manager's leadership capability. No middle manager, what is the problem they'll have? I'm trying to cut short the Gyan. So he'll say, look, my boss also beats me, my junior also beats me. So that could be a typical problem that I'm a middle manager. So how do you make him more enabled? Say that your feedback skills need to be improved. Do a Johari window. So he knows his, fallacies, he knows his strength. That is the best you can do to that middle manager because you cannot change his top line. You cannot change people who report under him. Maybe you can do a little bit there, but you cannot change his bosses. So he'll be a harassed man. He will get a normal Janta rating. He'll never get a plus, creme de la creme rating. So he'll have his grudge. So this is one example of SAM when you have to do it real quick. Coming to you, pros of SAM, suitable. So it's a project. Unlike ADDIE, where it gives you a little bit of leeway, accommodates flexible and adaptable, circular and iterative. Okay. Important thing is ADDIE is not circular. If you want difference, this is circular. Means that at the end of SAM, successive model, again you go back. So responsive to learner, great for tight deadlines, offers quickly solutions, soft skill, self-care. Okay. We did this, works for soft skill, self-care, training that's hard to measure. So, like I said, the sales training or the manager's effectiveness, hard to measure. you cannot measure. Those are the ones. So one difference is circular, one difference is ROI, not really very, very measurable because you are taking very little time to develop, whereas ADDIE, they will want an ROI. So you took so much of time, designing this. What is the benefit that we got out of it? But here they can't say because you didn't give them too much time, so you didn't invest much. So that's a plus, I would say, that they'll not hold you by the collar saying that you took 6 months to design this program. What is the benefit? Here you will say that, we did the best we could in 2 days or 48 hours or 72 hours. We come back to Shubhangi and people who raised hand. Your thoughts?
Sir, I just wanted to ask, like in this SAM, the first
Yeah,
stage is prepare. So, when there is just an example, we were supposed to do TNA, and we
okay,
went to the HOD of the department.
right.
So he told us that there was a problem. All the like employees of his department, they were writing wrong emails. They were like there were some grammatical
Grammar
errors.
wrong, salutation
Yeah,
wrong, long
yeah.
emails.
And
They'll
he
write, hi,
asked,
are you
yeah,
there? Are,
yes.
are you there? This
So he
program I
told,
did for Jindal.
Mhm,
Sir, mail
mhm.
likhna. They say they can't write me. Look, tell me, Shubhang.
So, so he told that he wanted to get them trained on email etiquettes.
Okay.
But then he told that I also want you all to interact with the like employees, those employees who were to be trained. So we went and we did the TNA. So what our outcome or what our analysis said, that they were not having problem in writing emails. The problem was with communication. They were not knowing the right grammar. They were not knowing what to write. So can this also be the part of preparation where we are
Of course.
driving, where
Of
we are
course.
preparing based on employees, the people who
Yeah.
are being trained?
So this is one. I'll give you a Jindal example straight. Shubhangi, thank you for raising. Email, they can't write. So when I want, it's cultural. Some people have not studied at school. Some people, they are not email types, if you know what I mean. They have never written a letter. And they have, born into a generation where writing was not fashionable, whereas in our time, Pujaniya Pita, Baba, okay, we used to write all this. Yeah, even after I got married, I used to send letters. Not that I sent honeymoon letters, but I had to write Sri Sharone Shupita. Baba, I had to write. He expected. Now, today's time is different. Hi, Dad. Or, he is good at WhatsApp. The guy is not good at mail. So maybe a little more of grounded that what is writing all about. Give him a William Hazlitt essay or something basic. That mail is much later. First, he must understand language fluency and tell him ABC, accuracy, brevity, and clarity of mail. So that is important because if you throw mails at him and show him a good mail and a bad mail and he points out the faults, which everybody can, but he will not be able to write a mail. So maybe do it. This is a Sam, typical Sam. First, you have to get him grounded that writing is a skill. If you have never written, hold a pen. So start holding a pen, write your CV. One good way, Shubhangi, make them write a CV. Okay. Mails are slightly, for somebody else. CV is for me. So whenever I go, I say that when is the last CV you made? All Sarkari people will say, sir, when I joined. All private employee people will say in 2022, that was my last CV. Now there, I'd say a story that have you seen a movie QSQT? Then they ask, sir, what is QSQT? I say, Se Kamat Tak by Amir Khan and another Juhi or somebody. So I say a friend of mine who was in Hewlett Packard, whose CMD was Carly Fiona. She was like, Hitler's father. They used to hire and fire people, phat. So one of my friends, when I was in IBM, I said, you are in HP. How's the culture like? Well, Rahul, it's QSQT. Like I must say, well, no, it's quarter tak. So if you're as good as your last quarter, so they always tell them that you are as good as your last quarter. Did you make your CV in 2025 Q2? Then you are a current man. If your CV doesn't move from quarter to quarter, you have not learned something, you have not attended a training, you have not got a new client, then you are dead. So then they understand, okay, sir, I will do something. So first tell them about writing, then come to mails. Okay, sorry to give you online, I didn't want to, but I thought this was a
Same
case
issue
for
is
Sam
for current generation employees
Thank
as
you
well,
so
sir.
much,
They
as
sir.
don't
well.
know how to elaborate even.
They have not written. They are not the writing type. So it's difficult. Then their bosses come.
Because my
That,
field is education sector, sir. To get the
yes,
students write just a simple mail with the clarity of thought, it's a very difficult task.
absolutely, Rekhaji. It's very difficult. And the bosses come. In Jindal, they said that, all the seniors, they will copy Hajar people. When there's no need to copy people, they
Yes.
think, I
But
have
they
given.
used to mark the mails to the various people, but they are not able to comprehend a single line out of that whole mail.
And they had, I think, a server problem. For Jindal, it meant money. That all their, inbox was jammed, so I had to buy new server. So he told me an example when I did this call with that Jindal guy. Well, sir, my server I have to spend more because they're all junk. And all these people keep on writing mails because we have told them mail karo mail. So, now it becomes a mail jail. In IBM, we used to say, are
It's
you in
all
a
the
mail
matter of
jail?
projections that we are doing this, the scheduled mail drafting and all that, sir.
And that is much more higher. First, they write, okay, with a pen. So a little bit of, and finally we come to Agile. Let me go quickly. Addy versus Sam. Okay, I'm not getting into this. Addy is linear. This is iterative, means circular. You always can moderate flexibility. You can understand pretty much. Addy is test match. This is one day that you have to finish. It produces a satisfactory product, whereas Addy might produce a very high quality product. Because and you will see that these programs are far superior than the one which you quickly do on the make. Preparation matters. Well, it's expeditious. Like in today's world, I don't want the best, I want what works. So if that be the motto, Sam. Agile is that you do daily meetings, it changes even faster. The client changes his mind. Once he said that I want veg, then he says I want non-veg. So if that be the case, then you do sprint. Okay, Ravi, I'm coming to you in a second. Let me just finish off with this piece. So agile is sprint, sprint, sprint. This is typically an IT term. So what do we do? Enhance collaboration. Okay, agile benefit is that you are with the moment. You are with the moment. There are many cons. I'm not getting into because I have to sell all these things. I cannot say these are the, demerits of agile and SAM. But this is typically a sprint that you launch, test, build, you design. If it works fine, live for another day and go ahead. Okay. Now here's a slide which is for your, for your view as well as for your revision, that we'll have a collaboration level is low because you have done 6 months. Agile and SAM is very high collaboration because you're continuously with the client. Success matrix is clear. Here it's not so clear, but they'll say that, okay, it's fine, it's slow, these are very, very fast. Not considered cost effective because you're spending a lot of my time on Addy. So time is money, whereas Agile is very quick. I'll just take in Ravi's comment and go to the next.
I'm sorry, sir. My hand was raised by mistake.
Oh,
I was not having any question. I just realized when you called my name. Sorry for that.
no, that's okay. So this, I leave it to you because, it's words. But broadly, Addy would be when you have the luxury of time. Sam is when you have a little luxury of time. Agile is there's no luxury of time. You just go with the flow. Things may not be top class. Okay. Here's a good slide. Addy is useful for compliance induction SOP training. Standard operating procedure, follow it. Okay, like the US security or any Indian army. So I was talking with an army guy during this seminar that we had, and he said, and many will have examples, they don't question anything. Okay, if the commanding officer says that go and shoot, he will give his life. I'm not saying in corporates we do that. Now, example is new employee onboarding. We decide much earlier ahead how many people were recruited because that needs budget. So they know beforehand HR that these people will come in. You do an induction, you can't do much song and dance about it. Give a good model, you have the luxury of an AD. In a SAM, for example, a rapid AI awareness. Today somebody says, these guys don't know Python, these guys don't know AI. Like you're having this class before this class. Now that person was giving very good, but today I'm slightly tired up. I couldn't listen to him beyond 10:45. So maybe I think the national president would have spoken with him a few weeks back, and he said this Sunday is okay with me, or Sunday night. He's from US, so maybe he dialed in at 11 o'clock or 12 midnight. So he did us a favor, but then he had to do it quick. So must have been Nivedita Mirajkar or Atul Shah must have said, who's the audience? They'll say largely chapter people, their ISTD, some would be PGP students. So they made a sort of, and they quickly did it. So that would have said Sam, if I'm taking, and if you do a rapid AI awareness, you'll ask basic questions, but you can't do much. You can't explain at length the difference between agentic AI and generative AI. You can't go into, the refined versions of AI. You can only do a broad what the world knows, ChatGPT, etc., or Gemini. Agile, sprint-based, example is a weekly micro-learning. One of you said, I think, that a micro-learning. One of you said that small podcast. I think Ruchira, or I don't remember the person.
Yes, I told.
But yes, Mukesh, thank you. Mukesh was the one who was most elaborate about this, agile learning. So that guy only needs to know a podcast or just that amount. So give him only that and don't give him a whole log of things which he doesn't. So quick comparison, plan, try, deliver. Agile is plan, Sam is try. In Agile, you don't have the time to try, you deliver. If I just put it in words, what else? Crucial models, okay. Understanding learning goals, exploring learner. So these are big words that you know the context, you know the complexity, you know the nuances. Like I said about email, if they have never written anything, then mail is a high order. First they write, then they write mails, aligned with assessment. Now, even if they have not writing, then they may not have reading habit is going on. People are screen weak, so it's a complicated problem. Okay, so I'll stop here. What is the difference between complicated and complex? 1 minute for this, and then we go into our give us this day our daily quiz as we forgive those who, our daily bread. What is the difference between complex and complicated, Mukesh? I have a humorous answer to this, but I want a good answer. I'll just take 5 minutes of your time and then leave you. When is your next class? 12:30?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll be quick. Difference between complex and complicated. Yeah, Mrigashika, Mrig, you raised your hand.
Sir,
So complicated, as per me, complex is something like which is actually the solution is difficult, but complicated is something that has been perceived but possible something which is really difficult, but complicated is where it is perceived that it is made to think difficult.
Okay, thank you. I'll give you a short answer in the interest of time. I'm not just taking any other, but thank you, Mrig, for trying. A Singaporean consultant told me, Ari, his name was Ari. Well, Rahul, complicated is x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. You will get an answer. It will take time. That is complicated. Complex is how do you raise a child? So, so that is a difference between complicated and complex, how to raise a child. So I'll give you this quiz. Okay. And we'll have this quiz so that we are done with this module. Plus, now remember Maslow. Quickly, we'll have a quiz and we are done. Just 2 minutes and we are done. Sorry for doing this overshoot, but I thought that it's important that we do this thing. So let me share the quiz, open up the motivational funda quiz. Motivational MCQ, 1260. I'll have to do it fast. Today I'm slightly, delayed. I'm not really in my best of, but I'll try. I'll try to do it in, if you can answer it fast, then it all goes quickly. First question, give me an answer. Okay, this is what is anti-Maslow.
It's best challenging.
B.
B, great. This was a curved ball, not a straight question. Second one.
A.
B.
B should be the right answer.
B.
B is the right answer. But good that it is a difficult, I mean, not really. I asked to give me stiff questions. Okay. Thank you so much. You are cracking everything. What is the third? Belongingness. Okay, like we want in Maslow.
Peer collaboration.
Peer
Peer
collaboration.
collaboration.
Peer collaboration.
Peer collaboration. Very good. D.
B.
B, focus on relationships after
Focus on
career
relationship
promotion.
after peer promotion.
I think B is the correct answer. Let me just check this one. It is B. Good. You are amazing. This was not what I taught, but yet you gave me the answer. So you're going beyond ERG category. Calder first says existence, relatedness, growth.
Growth.
Growth. The simple one. Too easy for you.
Which design supports the CV competence rate?
B.
B,
B is
self-paced,
the
B,
correct answer.
interaction, feedback.
Very
B.
good.
B.
B. I think this is the last but one.
Over
C.
justification.
Over justification.
Over justification.
Over
For
justification.
justification, if you give too much chocolates, then there's a law of diminishing utility. One Coca-Cola you like, the second Coca-Cola you don't like as the first one.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Arcs. This is the model which we did, attention, relevance.
B.
Apply skills to real goals.
B. Last question.
C.
Clear
Clear expectations and pathways.
Full arc sequence. Okay.
D.
D. We are done.
D, sir.
D.
You are amazing. You are amazing. 12-19. I'll keep my word. Thank you so much. Today I was not at my best, but I tried.